Hey, what's up? We're just working on arrows today. Got some targets. I like the comments, but honestly, some people, they don't have a leg to stand on, and they should just keep their yap shut. Because they don't know the circumstance. You know, when two guys got business together, it's between those two people. You know, anybody else that wasn't in the situation should shut the fuck up. Don't you agree, Jason? Oh yeah, you're not here. Sorry, man. So what we're doing here is I've just soaked these things for like a week in the tub, which was ridiculous. It doesn't even need to be that long. Just long enough to make them waterlogged. They sink to the bottom, and it's basically, it's like steaming, but it's reverse. And then I use this nice flat tabletop. Well, ouch, they're burning my hands. I'm sure there's a far easier way of doing this, but I haven't found it yet. And I roll them on the table. I go, oh, this thing has got a wicked warp in it. I mean, at 15 feet, you're dead nuts. You're gonna kill something, but I want to make them good, you know. Here's a finished one. Just to get an idea. I don't know if you guys can see. I'll try it at a couple different angles so you can see how straight it is. Anyway, yeah, each one of these takes me an hour to make. Somebody wanted me to make them some, and I said, well, how much does it cost to go and buy them? And he explained it to me, and I said, well, you wouldn't be saving any money by coming to me, because the amount of work it takes me to make an arrow that's any good at all, like the ones I showed on One Pug Life, they were garbage. Honestly, that was just when I started getting the idea, and I was still kind of dicked in the head, and I didn't see, it's nowhere near finished, right? When it does that, it ain't straight. So we keep going, and then we just keep pulling it across the burner. I'm not trying to apply too much weight, but just enough to keep adding heat to it. So I keep going to the table while it's smoking hot, then I roll her out, then I put it back, I roll it out. Sometimes I even get sick of it and the arrow's got a wow to it, so I throw them back in the bathtub for a couple days. Like native peoples, they didn't have it easy, I'm telling you. They didn't have a nice straight stove top like this to, you know. Another thing I like to do is I set the pot on there. I didn't show you guys that, but the pot, it gets nice and hot. I sit it on the burner till it's hot, so in essence I'm drawing this arrow between two hot surfaces, and then I roll it. In fact, I'm adding a bend when I roll it, but I find the spot where the bend is and I correct it. But you gotta look at the whole picture. If you try to just correct one little area, then you end up making a bigger warp in another spot. It's one of them things, you know. It's I don't know. I enjoy it. It's fun. But like I said, I'm not gonna make anything that's half-assed. If you got one of these bearing down on you, good night. Yeah. And then what I do, these are calcium tablets. I crush these up, crush them into powder, and I get some pine sap, white pine sap, I like pine sap, and sometimes rubbing alcohol and sugar. If I don't have rubbing alcohol, methyl hydrate, rum, you know, technically anything that's a solvent, gasoline, but I wouldn't use gasoline in here because we're indoors. So I crush these up, I mix in some of this nice pine sap with the powder, and I make a liquid, then I add sugar, and then I start heating these above the burner until they get smoking hot. Now the ends of this one's been broken off, so there's no more real tempered end on it. I don't even have a good example to show you guys yet. Oh, the pot's starting to smoke. That's all the Teflon burning off. That's good for you to breathe in. Yeah, that's what I do. So these calcium, once they're hardened tips, sometimes beforehand, depending on the end I'm going to make. Now, if I'm going to make a broadhead end, what I'll do is I'll split the tip first before I harden it, and I'll make a little divot. And then I'll break a shaving. I gotta get a bunch of cheap shaving razors, and I break them apart, and I'll fit 2 blades in there so it's got a broadhead, and then I'll melt a little piece of rope around it to make a ballistic tip end. And I unfortunately don't have an example of that to show you either, but that's coming. That'll be in the next one. I don't even know why I make these videos. I think I just do it more or less for myself because it's fun, you know. Gave the drugs up, gave the drinking up. Oh, and back to that, for you guys wondering there why I'm not coming to the party at Pug's. I don't hate Pug, you know. I'm sure he said a shitload of rotten stuff about me, but honestly, I never was into groups of people. He knows it, I know it. That's one reason good enough. End of story.